what up, y'all?
Yo, what's good, what's good?
It's your boy Vic.
It's your boy T, what's good?
It's another episode of No Cap, Just React. We here with another one, and we about to discuss the race for the mayor of NYC right now. So
That's a fact. We already know. Y'all already see the problems in NYC with the homeless and the drug addiction. Everybody can see that going on in the train station. So it's like, what kind of mayor we getting? You know, we trying to get.
At this point, it's on some lesser two evils right now because it's like, but then again, I'd rather go for Eric Adams. You know, I feel like boy just woke up. Like I feel like he just snapped out of it or something. Like, and he's locking in now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like that whole immigration crisis, you know, that whole migrant crisis, really kind of got to him.
Facts.
Especially in New York, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely wild. For these last 4 years, it was wicked, bro. We got Zohran Mamdani. I like to call him Zeppo Mamdani, but you know, that boy privileged.
Yeah,
and he talking about he don't want billionaires. He's bugging. We about to fucking go through some bullshit if he becomes mayor, bro.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Yeah. Let's see what they talk about.
Candidate Zohran Mamdani and former Governor Andrew Cuomo. Mamdani is on the defensive tonight after Cuomo attacked Mamdani for living in a $2,300 a month rent-stabilized apartment in Queens while earning more than $140,000 a year as a state assembly member.
So your boy is making over $140K a year, and he's only paying $2,300 on a rent-stabilized apartment. That's a little crazy.
Yeah, that's. I want to know when he start getting paid $140,000.
Wait, rent stabilized. That's for low income.
That's basically
residents, right?
Yeah, it's for the people to use because it's basically apartments in these luxury buildings that need a percentage of apartments that need to be rent stabilized, or you know, for
low
the
income.
people to use for low income. You know, and rent stabilized basically means that the rent doesn't go higher than $2,300 a month. You know, so it's like you're making $140,000 a year, and you need a program. You know, to be honest, he came from money. You know, he came from money. His family has money. His mother.
Yeah, that's a fact.
She's a very famous Bollywood, you know, artist from you know, India, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't get that privilege, but if you come from money and you're making $140,000 a year, and you need to use a rent stabilized apartment, to me that tells me that you don't know how to use your money.
Yeah.
Or you don't know how to use your money right.
Either that or he's trying to cheat the system in a way.
Yeah, gaining the system. He's definitely gaining the system because shit, you know, I almost pay the same thing he pays. You know, so it's basically like, damn, bro, like.
But that means somebody could really be taking over his apartment. Someone that actually needs it.
You know how many people in New York City pay that and have a shitty apartment, you feel me? And they make $30,000-$40,000 a year, you know, and they just stuck in this apartment because, you know, it's a bracket thing. If you don't make enough money, you can't live in these apartments. You have to, it's not fair.
That's crazy. Let's see what they talking about.
Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is live tonight at City Hall with much more. NJ.
All right, Liz, let's face it. Mamdani would much rather talk about President Trump than get drawn into a political football game over his apartment in Queens. But it has left him with some explaining to do.
I live rent-free in his head.
Zohran Mamdani says Andrew Cuomo doesn't get it and made no apologies for living in his rent-stabilized one-bedroom in Astoria, Queens, while earning $142,000 as a state lawmaker. Yesterday, the former governor, now campaigning as an independent, said Mamdani is gaming the system.
I think rent-stabilized units, when they're vacant, should only be rented to people who need affordable housing.
You see shit like that. See what he said?
Right.
Especially that, like, I don't understand how someone that's making anyone making more than $100,000, I don't know why even you should be in that category of affordable housing.
Right.
Because it's like, bro, you're making $100,000 a year. There's a lot of these apartments that go, and when you see the ad, it says, some of them say apartments and they'll say 1 bedroom, and they'll say you got to make over 100 and something thousand. It's like, bro.
Yeah, but now I kind of like it just dawned on me a little bit too, because don't they say that we have to be making
a certain type
of 5 times?
And the worst part is that's not even the worst part. The worst part is while you're paying rent, the person on top of you, Bob and his wife, they're owning it, So they're not giving us a chance to even own this piece. Like, hey, make it rent stabilized, but also let us own it. You feel me? Like, let us have a type of, you're going to be living there for 10 years and you're going to be paying $2,300 a month. You feel me? Can you give it to me as rent to buy now? Can I start buying it now, since I'm gonna be here now for a long term now? I'm over here now.
I kind of disagree with that, because if you living in a low income stabilized apartment, I don't know. For somebody that's upstairs probably paying 7 bands, you feel me? And they own it. You get what I'm saying?
But is it fair though that I'm in a luxury apartment and you're telling me that I can't make more than $50,000 a year because I'll get out of this apartment because I'll lose my.
Oh, I never even knew about that.
So that's what it is. Yeah, once you start making a certain amount, they're gonna tell you like, hey, this is for people that need it, which is right. Which is true, which is true. So I guess that's the pros and the cons about it.
At the end of the day, to me, that's this socialism thing kind of brings about. You feel me? It's like it's gonna keep you like capped. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Like that's why I don't really jack what Mamdani be talking about, because it's like it gotta come out of somebody else's pocket. You get what I'm saying? And then you got the billionaires about to move out basically because they're already hearing boys like taking the lead in this race. You feel me? So it's looking like it's really in his favor. And that's gonna be a real different future for fucking New York, bro. Like I don't really know if I even want to stick around for that shit. I'll be honest. But that's just me.
I'm going to call it Zohran's Law because it's an abuse of the system.
Nearly 1 million apartments are rent stabilized, rates set by the Rent Guidelines Board. The median stabilized monthly rent is $1,375. Mamdani says his rent is $2,300. Cuomo is renting a market rate apartment in an East Side high-rise for $7,800.
What do we know about this policy proposal beyond the fact that it seeks to evict me from my apartment?
Unless you're wealthy, it's basically impossible to find or stay in a home that you can afford.
Mamdani won the...
But he can afford it.
Yeah.
So what are he talking about? Yeah, he's bugging up. Like
he's telling him to move out. He's like, yo, you should move out and give it to someone that, really needs it.
I'm not gonna lie. Your boy Mamdani, he's like a walking contradiction. Like he's privileged one. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't understand. Like I don't know. I'll tell you that he ain't got my vote.
Democratic nomination squarely focused on affordability. He says he moved into his apartment when he made less than $50,000 and that he always intended to move out. But he opposes needs testing.
It is a larger question of how do we ensure that each and every New Yorker can live those same lives of 10, 20, 30, 40 years where they pay their rents and they know what their rent will be next year, what their rent will be 2 years from now.
Tenant advocates say needs testing is, quote,
okay, I understand him in that sense, but
yeah, you're a little out of your league, my boy.
Yeah, not only that, but doesn't shit changes, man. Rent does go up. You feel me? With the times, you feel me? I don't know. Maybe if you've been living there for 20 years and you're paying your actual rent, not like a low income rent, it shouldn't go up or down. You get what I'm saying? But if you're living in a low income rent, I don't know. But it's supposed to be stabilized if it is.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
And that's what he wants. And I get what he wants, but
no, definitely that's good for people that are in that bracket.
Yeah, but you don't want to live
in
a rent stabilized apartment
for
the rest of your life.
No, definitely no, definitely.
I feel like that's
depending. That's depending because like if it say you move in an apartment and you have a son, and it's you and your wife, you're gonna be there, and y'all got your own bedrooms. You're gonna see your kid there for a good 15, 18 years. You feel me? Like,
I mean, and that's what it's gonna come down to. But I don't think you should base your whole life on a rent stabilized apartment. I feel like you should try to upgrade your life.
no,
You
definitely,
know what I'm
definitely,
saying? Like,
definitely.
even though you're gonna be in one of these luxury buildings and shit, but I've seen people that do live in like a low income apartment and in one of those luxury joints, and they kind of get like a bad like look. Like they get treated different too. I've noticed that too. Like
I don't know.
I've seen that, and I've heard it too before. So that's kind of that's a little sticky situation right there.
Backdoor plan to gut it, ensuring that the people who keep our city running, teachers, grocery clerks, delivery workers, nurses, get pushed out. Mayor Adams suggested Mamdani should live elsewhere, but blamed Cuomo for making it necessary.
He's complaining about who's in the apartments, and they are high-income earners. He was the one that created this.
And Mamdani continues to meet with the city's power brokers. The Association for a Better New York says theirs today was, quote, a productive first meeting. Live tonight at City Hall, NJ Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
So now we're gonna get to the polls, right?
Nah. This is the breaking points. They're
They
just
was
talking.
talking
Yeah,
about,
they're talking
like-
about the same thing.
Like they was talking on X and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they was going back and forth.
Party establishment, has not lost it. They've still got it. They can still bring it. And that's why I think it's important to cover this back and forth that he's been having with Zohran Mamdani about rent control. You could put up D1. This it started with Cuomo realizing or remembering from the debate or something that Mamdani had.
So what he said, somewhere last night in New York City, a single mother and her children slept in a homeless shelter because of Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani are occupying her rent-controlled apartment. You grew up rich and married an even wealthier woman. You have had weddings on 3 different continents. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
You own property in LGBTQA plus murderous Uganda. You made $142,000 a year plus stipends, and your wife works too, meaning you together likely make well over $200,000. No matter which way you cut it, Zohran Mamdani is a rich person. You are actually very rich. Yet you and your wife paid $2,300 a month as you brag for a nice apartment in Astoria. That should be housing for someone who needs it. We are in the middle of a historical affordability crisis. Millions of low-income New Yorkers need this apartment and apartments like it. Yet your apartment remains rented to rich people who don't need it. Today, I'm calling you to move out immediately and give your affordable housing back to an unhoused family who needs it. Leaders must show moral clarity. Time to move out. That's crazy.
Yeah,
He said that he
crazy.
lives in a 1-bedroom efficiency in Queens, that he pays $2,300.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, and this was on X. They were going back and forth, so he called him out, told him, yo, you gotta move out. You're making too much money. You and your wife making more than $200,000 a year. Now you guys gotta move out.
Facts.
So we
Also,
could
let's put up D3 here. Under Cuomo's proposal, when a rent-stabilized apartment becomes vacant, the incoming individual income would be capped so that the annual rent makes up at least 30% of that income. For example, if an apartment rents for $2,500 a month, the new tenant's income could not exceed $100,000. And so we can get to Mamdani's great.
it could not exceed 100,000. To new,
So there you go, right there.
Income could not exceed. That's what I was saying. Bro. It makes sense. It makes sense. How you make a program called affordable housing, and the apartments go for 100,000. I mean, you're saying that I need to have an income of 100,000 and more.
Right.
You feel me? So it doesn't make any sense, bro. That's what I just be trying to understand. Like I've applied plenty of times on these apartments. Everybody's trying to come up on one of these apartments.
Facts.
So it's like, bro, I make bread. I got everything lined up, and I don't get calls. So it's like, is it what it is, bro? There's too much. I just don't understand why you're there making $100,000 and you're in this listing. You shouldn't be in this listing.
That's a fact.
Should be on fucking Zillow or something, bro. What you doing over
That
here?
part. I don't know. So I mean, this is like the pollings that they were talking about too. Is it this?
Yeah, it comes in probably like a minute or two.
Well, now to the race for New York City mayor, and a new Siena College poll shows Democrat Zohran Mamdani holding a 19-point lead over second place former Governor Andrew.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Shorty looked at fried, bitch.
Now to the race for New York City mayor, and a new Siena College poll shows Democrat Zohran Mamdani.
She looked like she just smoked that bleezy with us, bro.
Yeah, that nicotine pen.
No, that's bad.
Mamdani holding a 19-point lead over second place former Governor Andrew
That's crazy.
Cuomo. The other major headline coming.
Damn, your boy Mamdani really got the upper hand, son.
Bro, he's getting backed by a lot of people. You know, he has AOC, he has Bernie Sanders, he has Elizabeth Warren.
Oh.
You know, he's having all of these people backing him. You know, so it's he's gonna win. It's not he's gonna win. That's what's gonna happen.
That's crazy, bro.
And you got the other two. You got the other two the other two Democrats running independent because they lost the nomination. So now Andrew Cuomo has to run as an independent, and Eric Adams has to run as an independent. So
and Sleeper, he ain't got no chance at all. Like,
yeah,
Adams is done.
Yeah,
I thought Adams really had something going, but I guess
I thought he was gonna have something going too.
At least at Cuomo's numbers.
But it's exactly what you said. You know, because of that whole thing that happened with the migrants and him calling on Trump to help, he's not with the party no more. So they're not going to align with him.
Facts.
So they're going to throw their money to somewhere else, which was Andrew Cuomo, and it's not looking like he's going to win. It's going to be Mamdani, and he's going to be the new mayor of New York City.
Crazy. I'm moving.
Out of this poll, Mayor Adams, who is running as an independent in a distant and surprising fourth place behind Republican Curtis Sliwa with just 7%. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett is live at City Hall, and pretty alarming numbers for the mayor, NJ.
Nah, that's wild, man. I don't know if I could stay in New York for this, bro.
Listen,
I'll be honest.
It's New York, bro. This shit changes crazy. Everything changes, from the music, the culture, everything, fashion. So it's gonna be a different type of, environment to see how it is when he comes in as a mayor.
This is gonna be a whole new experience. But I mean, then again, he's not gonna change this overnight. I definitely don't see this happening, in the next 2 years or whatever. But is gonna move to that direction. So
yeah, I know definitely the landlords and the property owners, they definitely not feeling him at all.
Freezing rent, you feel me? Free MTA. And then mind you, like I don't know anything government run is ever sufficient. Like, you feel me? The MTA is already dirt. We're gonna leave it to the fucking government to run it now?
That's a fact.
I don't think none of this is like running through his head. Like, but then again, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with to help, people that need help, but to just
I'm all
spend money
for it.
to spend money like ridiculously, like, hey, let's just start doing this, start doing that.
It's unwisely. You feel me?
And you got to start pilot programs. Like, you don't know if this is gonna work. Like, say, hey, these are pilot programs. This is not something that's gonna stay. Like, I just want to know if this is gonna work or this is something that's gonna work. So just
that's a fact.
And I think he probably would have won more people by just saying that. But hey, it is what it is. He's definitely gonna win anyways, unless some crazy shit happens, but we doubt it.
Yeah, he won this, bro. All I can say is, bye, New York. I'm moving in like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to like Wisconsin or some shit. Like, nah, you gonna catch me in Florida. That's for a fact.
Or Texas.
Yeah, Texas definitely. I'm thinking Florida, Vegas, Texas might be my third option. But then again, I'm hearing Texas is doing bad too. I mean, not Texas. Vegas is doing bad too. Like they're not hitting with tourists and all that shit. They're doing bad, but that's another topic. That's
a fact.
Word. All right, y'all. This was another episode of No Cap, Just React. We just want y'all to continue liking. You know, if you ain't subscribed yet, please subscribe. You feel me? We trying to hit that 100 mark. We already at 90, so all we need is 10 more. You feel me? Hopefully we get that this week. But we on the road to 100, then the road to 200, then 500, then 1,000.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We appreciate the love.
Word.
All the comments.
We love all the comments, bro. Good or bad.
We take it. We take everything.
That's a fact.
We take constructive criticism over here good.
That's a fact. We only trying to get better with our shit. You know, we still new at this, but you know, yeah, just give us some time. We cooking, yeah.
Definitely, we got some things cooking up.
That's a fact, bro. Just stay tuned. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend, you feel me? You know, just subscribe, man. And keep liking them, man. Just helps us with the algorithm and, you know, reaching other people. So, you already know. It's another one, and we out here.
Peace.